Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Joe, and welcome back to the Daily Dose of Quarantine Part 4. If you are a sophomore or junior needing to retake the AccuPlacer, please email Miss Bryan. Apply for the class leader now if you are a freshman, sophomore, or junior. There will be 4 class officers, 8 class council members, 12 class senators. Please click the link from Miss Davis. There will be a virtual graduation Sunday, May 31st at 2 p.m. for the seniors. Any freshman, sophomore, or junior corollaries should join the corollaries classroom for information and audition requirements. The senior class voted Miss Armstead as the commencement speaker. Congratulations, Miss Armstead. All the seniors must schedule cap and gown pictures. The times are from May 20th to 22nd at 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Students will receive their diplomas after the senior parade, May 24th, as long as all school items have been returned. If unable to attend the parade, May 26th will be the date that you can pick up your diploma, and it will be from 9 to 12 or from 1 to 3. The high school will have a new speech and debate team. Katie Blake interviewed the coaches, Mr. Duncan and Mr. Camp, about the club.
I have just a couple of questions for you. Hopefully they're easy to answer. Why did you form this debate club?
I'll go ahead and start off. My experience the last 4 years has been judging primarily debate. And every Saturday I would be at tournaments and I loved everything I was seeing. I could see the benefits of the activity. I could see these brilliant students, but every Saturday I had the same feeling like something was missing. And it didn't take long for me to put 2 and 2 together and realize it was alliance that was missing. All of these Akron, Canton, beyond Stark County students were having this opportunity. And I saw the talent here, there's no doubt about that. Every time I went to see a production like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or see the show choir come, all I could think was these students are missing out and we're here to fill that gap.
Are there any requirements that you must have in order to join this club? If so, what are they?
I think the requirements that I've had in the past would just be that you maintain whatever the school district's requirement for a GPA is. But other than that, no, we're very open to accepting everybody that wants to join. There's no specific practice times or anything like that. So anybody can do multiple sports. Anybody can be part of multiple extracurriculars and still do speech and debates. We're very flexible when it comes to adding everyone and finding a time and space for everybody to join based off of whatever their schedule is.
Is this club competing at debate tournaments?
It is a competition activity. It's going to be kind of unique to see the way it plays out this year with all the unusual events.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, right now, the national tournament is going to take place in June, and that was scheduled for Albuquerque, New Mexico, and it's gone online. So depending on how things go in the fall, we certainly hope to be competing live and in person. There's nothing like the adrenaline of walking into a tournament at any school on Saturday to see everyone dressed up and to be part of that competition. But of course, the alternative will be online competition.
What are your goals for this club?
I would say my goals, just a little backstory. I've been coaching speech and debate at Louisville for the past 12 years.
Okay.
And I had a program that was, when I was on the team, upwards of 60 kids. When I came back and coached in 2016, we had like 10 to 15 kids. So my goal would just be kind of starting to form that nucleus and core of students that want to join, want to give their all to speech and debate, see what it's all about, and maybe pass it on to future generations to kind of get Alliance back into the swing of, actually being a dominant speech and debate school within the next 5 to 10 years?
You know, throughout my life, I've never felt comfortable talking to a large group of people. And if that's one thing I can give Alliance students is to take that away. The experience you get from speech and debate, um, and the comfort level that you'll come out with. And whether you take that to your first college interview, your first job interview, it's just a lifelong skill that everyone should have the opportunity to have.
What is the outcome for the students? Like, what would they get out of this?
I would say that there's so many things that you can get out of speech and debate. He touched base with just the confidence of future college, replying that in college in job interviews, but just overall confidence. I've seen multiple times kids have joined speech and debates and they've been sort of either in their shell or trying to find who they are and how they can express themselves. And we're sort of a safe zone where people can naturally express ourselves, whether that be through acting, through writing, through debating, being able to voice their views and not feel self-conscious about it, being able to show a part of them that they're not, that they would normally want in a school setting in speech and debates, and kind of just like becoming confident with who they are. And I feel like that's the most important thing for speech and debates. Me being a competitive person, obviously, I would like to, I'm going to work towards getting, them good and getting them competing on the, scale to where they can go to state and nationals. But the overall confidence that you get and finding who you are in the tough path that is high school, that's what speech and debate really is.
The one thing I've heard the speech and debate community use a lot from the NSDA, the National Speech and Debate Association, on down, is that students find their voice. And at first I was looking at that just on the level of just speaking, but I've realized over the years it's so much more. In debate, you learn so much about current events, about politics, about social justice. And high school students' voices are going to be heard, and they're going to carry that into college and beyond. You will learn so much more about your world and your awareness, from everything from nuclear arms to criminal justice, and everything in between. The issues are topical, they're important, and you'll find that you'll become really attached to them.
Yeah. How many students are you aiming for in this club? Like, would you take in more if it like succeeds past your like idea limit?
Yeah, I mean, I feel there's really no limits. I've seen teams like Tusky Valley has a group of 10 kids on their team, and it's, they're all very competitive. They're all family, and it's great. Then we meet schools like Mason down near Cincinnati that has 120 kids on their team, and they're able to
Wow.
balance all that. Yeah, it's crazy. No, there's really no, anybody that wants to join will find a place for, and there's really no cap that we're going to put on who would want to join. And then there's really no, like, if only 5 kids do it, that doesn't mean that we're not going to do it. We're still going to, be competitive and be a great school system if we only have a certain amount of kids. So
Yeah. Anything you would like to add, Mr. Duncan?
No, the one thing that's so nice, even for a first year team, is you're guaranteed 4 spots in a category called Congress at the
Okay.
state tournament. And that's just fun, that knowing that even your first year, you can have 4 students compete at the state tournament
Yeah.
level. So that's something to look forward to. So we'll definitely start with 4 if that's what we have, and just grow from there. But I agree, there's no limits as
All
far
right.
as team size.
Do the students have to like audition or take a test to get into this club?
You want me to start with that one?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
It's different because first of all, I want to say there's no auditions if you're automatically going to be on the team. But as in debate, debate is more what you think, like lawyers, politicians, like
Yeah.
at the high school level. Speech is different in the sense that speech, we take kids that want to do either writing, they'll write their own speech and perform that, or we have the acting ones like humor and drama. I think we're going to get a good sense of, we want to put you in a position where you'll succeed the most. So you might have to kind of audition to see where you'll fit in, but it won't be something where, if you audition, you're not going to be a part of the club if, you feel like you don't succeed. But we'll audition to put you where you'll have the most fun or succeed at.
Okay. Anything you would like to add, Mr. Duncan?
Just that, I think that once you find that niche, that category that you feel really comfortable in,
Mhm.
I think you'll know it. And I noticed that students become so passionate for their category that they just love it.
All right. And is there anything you would like to add? Sorry about that, by the way. Is there anything you guys would like to add onto that, or no?
No, yeah. Do you want to start? There's some.
Okay.
I just want to give. I think speech and debate. The big thing about it is that it's so misunderstood. Um, Basically, if you want to join speech and debate, if you're into acting, if you're into, writing, if you're into poetry, newscasting, something like that, um, that'll be your category. You'll go every Saturday to whatever tournament that's hosting a tournament that weekend, whether it be McKinley, Glen Oak. We'll travel to Cleveland areas, like it's slipping my mind right now, but Youngstown areas we'll go to like Austintown. Sometimes there's tournaments in Toledo, Slovenia. You'll go to that tournament and then you'll compete 3 different times in that category. It's a team activity, but it's very individual in the sense that only you get to compete in your category
Mhm.
and you'll have the success from that. And then the nice thing about it is, as we're waiting for awards, you get to interact with 80 different schools that are around Ohio. You'll get to meet friends. One of the greatest things that my former students said is that they have so many friends that are outside of their own school district that they never would have been able to meet through speech and debate.
Yeah.
We'll talk to coaches all the time, that are from the Cleveland area, the Cincinnati area, and stuff like that, and just kind of it gives you perspective of like, a lot of people are so in their own town in high school. I know I was.
Mhm.
And once I did speech and debate, I was able to meet kids from around, the state and gain friendships like that. And it was just amazing. But yeah, once you compete, you have a little bit of downtime to socialize. You'll have awards, and then we'll head home. And yeah, that's basically in a nutshell what a speech and debate tournament is. And I think it's hard, like not knowing what speech and debate is and kind of getting a perspective of what you'll be getting into. Um, that, and like I said, in a nutshell, is basically what speech and debate is.
Yeah.
Uh, if that help better explains, what the whole activity is.
Yeah. Anything else?
Yes, we're definitely looking for the eighth graders this year are finishing up and
Yeah.
coming in and starting as freshmen. But I really want everyone to know that whether you're a sophomore, junior, or even senior this year, it is your year because there's lots of stories of students coming out as a senior and being very, very successful.
Mm.
That was me.
Yeah,
I did it my senior year, and that was it. And so, yeah, just to touch on that.
And you're definitely going to have the close ties and friendships you develop from being at practices with your own team.
Mhm.
But I really agree with Mr. Camp in that that the networking that goes on between schools you have a lot of time in between each of your competition events, and you will see that it is a social dynamic that really crosses across the state,
Yeah.
and it's neat to watch happen.
Yeah. That sounds like
Also, there's also going to be opportunities coming up for students who choose to go to summer camps. There are camps throughout Ohio. There are some that are kind of a day camp set up that you could travel back and forth to. But there's also a week-long overnight camps that give a tremendous opportunity as well.
all right. Well, thank you guys for coming on and letting me talk to you. I'm actually kind of jealous for next year, not being able to do this. So good luck to you guys. Good luck to everything.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Seniors, watch for yard signs to be delivered to you next week. Last night, the senior winter/spring athletes rose ceremony took place. Here are some photos of that. The high school is planning a parade through the city of Alliance for the seniors. As long as fees are paid and school items are returned, students will receive their diplomas at the end of the parade. There will be more information to come. If you would like to take part in the senior spotlight on social media, please fill out the form sent to you in your email by Mr. Jackson, no later than today, along with a school appropriate picture of yourself. Thank you for watching and have a great day.